In a small studio in Ampang, the cast of Cuci the Musical are hard at work, learning their parts in preparation for the big show. Rehearsals for the lavish production have been long, intensive and exhausting, as Harith Iskandar, who has his hands full co-directing with award-winning theatre legend Datuk Zahim Al-Bakri, as well as taking on an acting role himself, attempts to whip his actors, singers and dancers into shape.
Some of the perks of working on this production are the constant attention from the female ensemble members. I don't ask for it, but I have a certain aura about me that you know, they just feel compelled to come to me, to seek me out, and basically, well, they adore me.
They make us think like we are collaborating, but in the end, I know it's all their way.
You see, the problem with Aflin is he lives in his own world, whereas I live in reality. I understand what reality is all about, and Aflin is just he's just a larger version of me, basically.
I guess he just basically wants to be you.
Aflin has wanted to be me ever since he became Aflin. He tried for a moment to change his name, but I put a stop to that. But and you see, because the problem with Aflin is, well, number one, he can't sing, he's not funny, and he's a mediocre director. So if we didn't give him this part, he'd have no work, you know.
Taking center stage at the Istana Budaya from October 23rd to November 8th, Cuci the Musical follows hot on the heels of last year's smash hit comedy, Cuci. Following the runaway success of his big screen directorial debut, producer Hans Isaac set his sights on developing his movie into a stage musical. After a year of planning, preparation and locating the right financial support, Cuci the Musical is finally poised to make its debut on stage.
We started the production about a year ago, and we're now in the final phase before we go into the theatre next week, week and a half, you know, before we get in there. So it's been 1 year of production, scheduling and so on, you know.
With a stellar cast of well-known local personalities in all singing, all dancing roles, Cuci's heartwarming tale of romance, family ties and the underdog fighting against all the odds looks set for a new lease of life on the big stage.
A lot of things have changed from the film, from Cuci the film to Cuci the Musical, because obviously we adapt to the theatre. Also it's a musical, the film was not a musical. But in my mind, when I directed the film, I imagined it as a musical, but at that point I didn't have enough money to make the film as a musical, to spend money on music, and I didn't want to try to get the music to the standard. I wanted to make sure if I do a musical, it's got to be to the standard musically.
I think you'll be amazed by the sets, but the sets are just the icing. I think you're going to love the music, you're going to love the stars who are on the show, who are, I think, doing a tremendous job in rehearsals. So the results people will get to see once we're on stage.
Cuci the Musical sees Hans, Adlin Sharkey, AC Mizal and Awi reprising their roles as the Cuci boys Kai, Fairil, Sitan and Jojo, the four adopted brothers from the small window washing company called Cuci Services, who dreams of competing in the window washing Olympics to win a contract to clean the Petronas Twin Towers.
It's been difficult to put them together, honestly, as a producer. But you know, it took a while to get every schedule. I booked them a year ago. We booked the theatre a year ago. Everything was planned a year ago. But even then, putting them together and getting schedules together is quite difficult. But we're here now, and everyone's here committing to it, and enjoying themselves doing the process of rehearsals. You know what I mean?
For Hans and Adlin, it's a return to the stage after over a decade away. As a matter of fact, Cuci the Musical marks a first for the show's creator, producer and stage star in many ways.
This is the first time I'm actually performing on stage in Malay and singing on stage for the first time in Malay. And you know, and I think the excitement here is for all the actors is actually to perform in Istana Budaya.
Making their Cuci debuts are Vanida Imran and Adiba Noor, who will play CJ and Farah in place of Era Fazira and Umi Aida from the movie, whilst Harith comes in as Weera, the baddie in the piece.
Any actor will tell you the best character to play is the villain. So I love playing the villain. This villain, of course, because I'm playing, is going to be a bit funny and all, but I get the best. I think I get the best lines.
Supplying the all-important lyrics to the music of the production are the dynamic duo of Douglas Lim and Pachai. Taking charge of the choreography is Putri Gunung Ledang star Stephen Raman Hughes. So with its great music, heartwarming storyline and talented cast of local stars, expectations are sky high for Cuci the Musical to clean up at the box office when it hits the stage next month.
Bloody brilliant!
You can expect a very serious play. This is very melancholy, very... when you walk out of Cuci, you're going to be saying to yourself, what was that about? Because it's just going to go over your head. So just, don't come in expecting to be entertained or laugh or in any way whatsoever. If anything, you're going to cry.
This is Zach Yusof, The Star Malaysia.